ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितां येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मायं ददाति शपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुर श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुना वैष्णवं च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सौगणरघुनाथनितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं शवधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सौगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितां च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमाते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनीति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुलं हायति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं श्रीचैतन्यैश्वरं हरि ओम तत्सत् सर्वप्रथम. The first of all, I just to pay my humble obeisances to my spiritual master and the founder Acharya of ISKCON, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and all the devotees, those who are coming to our weekly the teachings of Ramayana from Ramayana, the class. So we are very grateful that your valuable time you are coming for hearing from the teachings of Ramayana. So today our session is sixth number session. Actually, this we are reading one of the book written by His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj. He just translating the Ramayana different stories, and we are trying to getting some instruction what is really to helping our spirituality. So now let's go to reading the book. I am again to show you. This is the book cover. This is Ramayana book. I think so you can get it in ISKCON temple. So I don't know that everywhere is possible or not, but I am somehow or other I have one. The greatest tract of land known as a Koshala extended along the bank of the Sarju River. This land was verdant, uh, prosperous, and rich in grain. Within this vast territory was the renowned city of Ayodhya, built by the desire of Vaishyabrato Vaivashat Manu, the ruler of mankind. So Ayodhya is just to appear in the Vaivashat Manu's Kalpo. You know, every Brahmas every day, the 17 Manu is coming. So one of the Manu is Vaivashat Manu, that is the seventh number. So Vaivashat Manu's time that the Ayodhya is built. This glorious city was 9060 miles. 9060 miles. So you have to be calculate and keep it in mind that how big the the diameter, I mean the area of the Ayodhya. 96 miles along and the 24 miles is wide. It was well laid out and it's beautiful, and straight roads were perfumed with scented water sprayed from the trunks of intoxicated elephants. Every day, the damsels of the celestial planet hovered, uh, hovered about it in their beautiful airplanes and showered it with their flowers. Our mind is coming one of the things that why the starting of the Ramayana, the description of the Ayodhya, before going to speak about the Ram, the appeared of the Ram, why just to the places narration is important. This is the teachings for us. When you will say something, first we can learn from this para that how to preach. When you will give just to give a class, the first you have to give the idea of the place. If people not have a idea of the Ayodhya, then people how to get the idea of the Rama. Same like before you speak to Krishna, first you have to atmosphere of Vrindavan, the mood of Vrindavan. First you have to explain why. Now the teachings is that my question is, our mind is one of the question can come before the Ramayana, the speak about the Ram, why the places, I mean the birthplace of the appeared place of the Ram, otherwise the Ayodhya's narration, what is the significant? The significant is that you born and brought up which place, that environment effect will come to your life. Generally, we can see that those who are born in a spiritual culture, a spiritual environment, their culture will be different. Just like today, I was hearing one of the Mataji, our Krishna devotee, one of the Prabhupada disciple. She, like a 27 years, she was in Vrindavan. So somebody just to take her one of the new, I mean the like audition. So she said that I don't like now in Western country. Why? Because my life, like a one-fourth, I am stayed in Vrindavan, Indian culture. That's why that is most just to give me the pleasure. What I didn't get it from the Western culture. That's why it is one of the teaching. Our life and your children's life is depend on what consciousness, what mentality will come to their life, how much time he is spending there in his life, most of the part in which place. That's why before to speak about the Ram, the environment of the Ayodhya is to discussing. That's why people, mentality, character, everything is not coming by the education, the coming by the environment. Even you see, when you are just to sending to your children in the school, first you see what is the environment, how their children, how their ma'ams and all the teachers, how their communication, how to react, how to behave, that you first have to see. You not to see that how they study, you see the environment. That's why we have to understand in your family life also creating a such a nice spiritual environment, that culture, that mood that vision will just to reflect the the student or the child mind or their thinking. Understand? Sometimes we can see in our Indian culture, we can see if we'll see the husband always to chastise the wife, just to bidding the wife, you'll see that if he has a son, uh, then he is also to when he's grown up and get married, he is also to doing acting like that with his wife. Same like even sometime the mother always to speak with the husband, harshly voice, shouting this that. You'll see that daughter when get married to go to the another, I mean the husband house, and you'll making the behavior like that. Why? Because is that culture, that effect is come to the mind of the child. That's so very important that you are which culture you are brought up and you keep your children in which culture or which environment. Sometimes you can think about, oh, never, my children never can learn these things. Baba, whatever you are doing, it will definitely to reflect, will be falling in a children life. That's a very careful about your environment. It's very careful. Otherwise, it will be very problematic for your life. Understand? I'll be happy that if you have a possible, those who are here, that switch on the camera. That's why before to speak about the Ram birth and everything, first to speak about the environment of the uh, that is in Ayodhya, Valmiki Muni. So the arch, the arched gateway of Ayodhya were made of marble, and the gates were wrought with the gold and the silver and embedded, embedded with the precious jewel, cannons and the catapults and the capable of the repulsing any enemy, protected the city walls. The marketplace were well planned, and the seven story houses cement, symmetrically lined the streets, adorned with the multi-storied places and the surrounded with exquisite gardens. Ayodhya resounded with the vibration of musical instrument, reviving, reviving Amaravarti, the abode of a heavenly king, the Indra. Throughout the city, birds, and the singers recite the glories of the supreme personality of the Godhead, and dancers acted out the Lord's pastime for everyone's benefit. So you see, the Ayodhya, the before the Ram appeared, everywhere, whatever the dancing, the musical sound, everything is connected to the Lord Rama or Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, like this. So we have to also understand in your family also to be creating like that way. Yes, we not to say, even scriptures not to say, the devotee's house no music will come. Definitely there will be some music, but it is spiritual vibration, not like a mandal. Yes, our Shastra not to say, in your family you not smile, your family you not to dance, you not to eat sumptuous good things. You can do everything, but it will be must be connected to the Krishna, Rama, spiritual. Then that reflection is coming to the children. You will see if the parents will singing something, the children also singing like that. We can see that like if you are singing Jai Jai Ma, just like every morning and evening you are singing Jai Ma Kali Mata, Maya Kali Mata, Shukada Sampadade. Something like your everyday morning and evening you'll sing. That you will ask it to your children. Beta, you sing a song in the morning time in front of the Lord. You'll see that your children also singing the Kali Mata song. Because that the children will hearing from morning to evening every time, the mother is singing such kind of things. But our Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada is creating like such an environment. The children always to hear kirtan. Kirtan. Just like I saw in a YouTube, one mother tell to his son, Beta, you are putting the water in the month of Vaishak to Tulasi and chant the mantra. So the children that don't know the mantra of the Tulasi, but immediately she was singing Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then mother asked, Beta, where you learned these things? Mummy, I saw that every time you are doing puja, whatever your activities do, you are only singing Krishna, Hare Krishna. That's why I'm singing that. So you see, that's why in your life, in your family, in your environment, to creating such a way that everything is connected to the Krishna, everything to connected to the spirituality, that effect will definitely come to the children. Sometimes people wanted to, even the devotees wanted to stay in the holy place, like a holy dham or like a temple based community places they wanted to stay. Why? Just like in Vrindavan, any car or rickshaw or tom-tom, whatever, battery rickshaw, they not to call, oh, sir, you want to go? Oh, madam, you want to go? They not to say like this. They'll say, Hare Krishna Mataji, you'll go to Banke Bihari. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, you'll go to Radha Damodar temple. So see, everywhere it is connected like a sounding is like a Krishna. Even you will come to the Vrindavan, any shop, what is that? Shop name is Radha Krishna Jewelry. Even in India, I mean the Vrindavan, everybody know that two shop is like a very famous Gangotri and Ganga Prasad. They when they hear the name of Ganga, that is also auspicious. It is our scripture said, even anybody uttering the sound or hearing the sound of Ganga, that is also getting some purification. So see, but modern days, our children name will keep it like a different thing, Sunny, Mary, this, that, something like that. But we should keep the name also like that. Even the I went to Australia and I went to a very one of the sophisticated and very like educated families house, one of the house program. They just to invite me to speak about the Bhagavad Gita. So they are very rich and they are very well. I mean, they're educated. It's very sophisticated and elite society. I never see in their room in their house. They're Hindu, no any like a picture in a Krishna, Radha, Ram, anything. I saw there is one picture is Jishu, the one cruise. Only one picture I saw the drawing room and all the different like a children picture, father mother picture, something like that. So you see, if that any person will die, they are a biggest one of the very big house but stay the two people, children not to stay with them. So I'm thinking, if these people will stroke and die, nobody can come and say that you think about Krishna. How? Because their house is no Krishna's picture, no Radharani's picture, no Krishna Balaram picture, no Gaunite picture, no Ram picture. But in Vrindavan, you'll come, you come to Mayapur, you'll see what? In India, even you'll see everybody's house, there is any calendar or something in Krishna's picture. So This is Ramayana is teaching that before bring the children in your life, you create your environment spiritual. Then you think about how your children become a spiritual. Sometimes parents say, Prabhu, how can I make my children in spiritual? That's why I'm always to say, first you become spiritual, then you think about your children become spiritual. You're not spiritual, how you think about your children become spiritual? If your environment is not spiritual, how you think about they become spiritual? That's why it's very important. That's why you see, Valmiki, first to giving the description or speak about the Ram, first he speak about the environment of Ayodhya. That's why Lord Ram is choosing to the place of Ayodhya. Understand? So then within Ayodhya, there were many beautiful gardens uh, abounding with flowers and shaded by the fruit and shaded by fruits tree. Modern days, yes, they have also trees and this everything is plastic. Why? Okay, speak. So speak. So you'll see. But I went to London. I most of the London house I went, they have a garden. It's everything. But inside the room, everything is plastic, flower, plastic fruits. There. That's what Prabhupada said. If you are always to see the plastic, connecting the plastic, there your mind also be like a plastic. Prabhupada in one time, Marical, one temple he went and he saw that Radha Krishna wear the plastic flower garland. Prabhupada become very fired. Prabhupada said, who says that you are giving to the Radha Krishna plastic flower? Who says? So no, Prabhupada, it looks nice. Prabhupada said, if you are interact with the Radha Krishna with the plastic, then that means there is no fragrant, nothing. So in your life also, making the relationship with the Krishna is like a plastic robot, nothing activities. So Krishna don't like plastic flower. Krishna like the fresh flower. Even if you have no like a garland, just to give a one petal of flower to the Krishna, Krishna will be real flower. Krishna will be happy. So you see, so that's why the gardening and the fruits also impact to the our consciousness. Blue, red, and golden lotus filled the ponds and the fountain shoots water high into the air. Gentle breeze carried the automatic spray from the fountain and cooling the citizen by their touch and making even a hot summer day seems like spring. Spring. I am few minutes before one of the article I was reading that modern days, even Vrindavan I see, only plot, high-rise building, no any farming land. So I think so, after 30 years, Vrindavan people started to eating the like a sand and like a cement, bricks, something like that. Because no any like a paddy field or farming land. Everywhere is like a business, only flat. No any natural things. And everybody think about, oh, no need to planting the trees, rather use the AC. Now, the you know that India, there is one of the biggest, I mean, the bad sun ray is coming from the 25th to 2nd July. It's a very bad ray of from the sun. Who will protect that ray? If that no tree, so that is directly falling to our body and creating so many diseases. Nowadays, the ratio is coming. In India, we need to, every month, 5 lakhs of trees should be planted if the ecological balance to bring in the country. So you see, In future, Vigyanists say, I mean, our scientists say, in future, we need to carry the oxygen bottle behind our back to carry the fresh oxygen to live in this world. You see, that's why we always wanted to keep our children in city life, city life. But we don't to brought our children in spiritual, like a farming life. Then we are thinking, oh, my children will be unsmart. So the sound of Karen, Karens and the peacock could be heard everywhere. The water following through Ayodhya's streams and the right bullets and tasted as sweet as the sugarcane shape. And it was used not only for drinking but irrigating the numerous mango orchard and many houses and palaces perfectly designed were built of precious stones and decorated with flags and the festoons. Their beauty rivaled the palaces of the Boikunto. So Balmiki said the design of the Ayodhya before appeared the Ram looks like a Boikunto, where there is no any kunta, no any like a disease, no anxiety, no worry, nothing. But city life, modern days, hectic, mind stress, so much headache, and so much pollution, this, that is going on. Thousands of warriors protected the great city, skilled the arch well versed in the use of weapons, and the chariot fighters who were able to fight with thousands of men at a time. The eight streets leading into Ayodhya were always filled with the travelers. Kings and the princes from all the parts of the world came to render their annual tribute and pay respect to the king of Ayodhya. Traders from the near and the far flocked to the market to barter. Then Brahmana priests could often be seen pouring ghee into the sacrificial fires and chanting the Vedic hymns and proclaiming the glories of Lord Vishnu, having manifested their senses and devoted themselves to truth. These Brahmanas were blessed with all good qualities. So when these children and the environment, I mean the residents of Ayodhya will look over always this thing, their life automatically becomes spiritual. Automatically. That's why to reading these things, we can get one of the instruction. If we want to make our life is spiritual, first we need to stay in the spiritual environment. Otherwise, it is very difficult. How much we can try? Very difficult. That is hard from even those who stayed in the foreign country. They always in their class, they say, if you wanted to do the perfectly the bhakti, you need to stay the spiritual environment. Otherwise, it is very, 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 very difficult. Very difficult. Even if you want, you can't. Because environment is not supporting to you. That how do you become devoted? Because sound, pollution, people are gossiping, this, that. It's very the problematic for our. That's why the environment is very needed for the spirituality. To if we brought up our consciousness in connecting to the Ram or Krishna, like that, even you're chanting, you're reading, such like if your family is not to connected in the spirituality, if you are hearing to the Ramayana Katha, they are making sound, gossiping, shouting this, then you will think, oh my God, oh Krishna, shall I stop the class? It's too much. So you sing. But when everybody sit and listen the class, then you also to get the interest. Oh, shall I sit there and listen the class? This is very important. There's a Balmiki Ramayana teach us a devotee should find the place not to stay in the city or concrete life, should stay in the spiritual devotional culture where everybody is connected to the hearing, chanting, servant to the Krishna. Then automatically our devotion will flowing. The blooming. Maharaj Dasharath was the emperor of the entire world and was a great Rajarshi, considered almost on the level of the Maharishi. He was a formidable warrior, capable of fighting along with an unlimited number of opponents because he and his citizens were completely pious. So you can get a teaching said that when you are be pious, be spiritual, you can defeat it to anybody. But if I am not, or if our life is not so spiritual, we can't fight anybody. We can't win. Maybe can we fight, but we can't win. Why? Because we have no spiritual strength. So any sort of fightings or where whatever is conflict, whatever is going on in your life, first we need to the spiritual engagement, the spiritual energy. Then you can defeat to anything. Just like we can see Prabhupada. He's went to the big cities, big personalities in his life. But he can just to defeat it easily to everybody. Why? Because Prabhupada has a spiritual connection. So strength is not coming by anything, by money, by power, by beauty, this, that, nothing. The real power is coming by connection with the spirituality. Ayodhya was the picture. That's why the Dasharath defeated to thousands and thousands king. Why? He's so devoted. Ayodhya was the picture of perfect Vedic civilization. Every imagine, every imaginable opulence were exhibited in perfection, and the material miseries coming from the result of sinful life, coming from the material miseries coming from the result of sinful life. So wonderful life. Whatever the material miseries is coming to our life, that is the result of our sinful activities, the sinful environment. When we stay, that karma is coming to our life. So very careful. Stay in the holy and spiritual environment where practically non-existence. That means Ayodhya, no any like a sinful life or like a sinful activities. Nothing is happening on the Ayodhya. In Ayodhya, the four social order, namely the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, participate cooperatively for the peace and prosperity of the kingdom. In Ayodhya, before the Ram came to this world, appeared this world, everything is so nicely organized. But modern days, everybody want to be a leader. Nobody want to Shudra. That's why fighting, jealousy, arrogance, everything is going on. Why? Everybody want to be a Brahmin. Nobody want a Shudra. But his consciousness is Shudra. No one cheated and no one was miserly. But modern world, everybody is cheating. Everybody. Everywhere. No one cheated and no one was miserly. Arrogance, atheism, and the harsh behavior and speech were conspicuous by their absence. But people now is so arrogant, so aggressive, and their speech is so harsh, so rude, just to break up our heart. That's why we need to stay that sweet and soft and sober and spiritual, where everybody speak like a spiritual sound, vibrating the spiritual sound. That is very important for us. Spirit. Even though Maharaj Dasharath possessed such fantastic opulence and prestige, he remained unhappy. Even Dasharath stayed in the such a nice, wonderful, and fantastic environment. Still, he was unhappy. Why? Try as he may, the king was unable to beget a son to continue his dynasty. Continue his dynasty. We can get one of the teachings from here. A parent's life, a husband-wife life, is to be happy, or fulfillness is coming by the children. If you have no children, then your family life is something is like. The most important thing is, this is the teaching. The Dasharath has everything. Nice environment, nice kingdom, not opulence, everything. But he has no son, no children. That's why he is very upset. So as a family member, need to be a children to bring the real happiness and perfection. Finally, after much deliberation, King Dasharath decided to perform a horse sacrifice, Ashwamedh Yagya, for the purpose of getting a son. With this in his mind, he sent his chief minister, Shumantra, to call for his family priest. So we can see in Vedic time, if nothing they can get, or something inauspicious things is going on in their life, they are speaking to the priest, and they are doing some spiritual activities to overcome that. And modern days, we wanted to overcome something, we'll go to the astrology, we go to the doctor, we go to the counselor. Nobody can in your life all the problems can solve. Every problem is creating for our karma. That's why if one person is to satisfy in our life, then we can changing our karma. That is in Krishna, Rama. That's why all the problems, if we want it to be just to change it, you need to be more devotion. You need to be more spiritual, then you can change it. You see, Dasharath tried in a lot of different ways to beget one child, but he can't. Then finally understand, I have to do a one fire sacrifice. And by this we can get it. So we have to understand in our life, why so many difficulties, problem, this, that. That means I am not chanting very nicely, very attentively. I'm not to listening the Gita, Bhagavad, or holy scriptures. I not to make my life is spiritual. I'm eating the nonsense food. That's why my life is like that. But when my life to make like spiritual, designed like spiritual, then all our problems, all our the like anxiety, inauspiciousness, everything will go up. Yes, even if you can say, Prabhu, I am spiritual, still the difficulties come. Yes, it will come. But same time, when you become spiritual, the solution also come. But if you are not spiritual, only problems come, but no solution come. So whatever problems in our life, every problem, the solution is attentively hear and chanting. So as much as we are hearing and chanting the holy scriptures, chanting attentively, The Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Then we can overcome all the problems. That is the teachings of Ramayana. Even the Ram father, Dasharath, is to teach us. Not doctor, not nothing. Nobody can give the ultimate solution. They can give it something temporary solution. But ultimately, again, we have to suffer. So all the problems, you need to be more serious. We need to be more serious. That's what Prabhupada said. In your life, any problem, you be more serious. You're chanting, attentive chanting, offenselessly chant, and the attentively hearing, and to apply these things in your life. Then you'll see slowly, all kinds of problem will be finished and resolved. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for your kind and passions for this class. If you have any question to this today's class or any comments, you can say. Then you can do 3 minutes speak. Haribol. Anybody has any question or comments or correction? Hare Krishna. Okay, then if you understand, that's good. So we should stop now. Again, we have a class next the Monday. Haribol. Jai Srila Prabhupada.